I had a chance to sit down with the nation's John Nichols when I was in Madison for Bob Fest recently. He has his eye on 6 important races. Here's that conversation. Let's move on to people who might have success, or we hope will have success, these midterms. You've identified a list of 6 standing strong. Who are the 6?
It's a group of people who were elected in 2006 or 2008 during those, what will historically be seen as the great Democratic waves, you know, where people were rejecting Bush and Cheney and saying, we want something different. That was really the change elections began in 2006, not with Obama in 2008. But many of the people who got to Congress forgot. They thought, oh, well, now I'm in Congress, I'm going to compromise, sell out. I'm doing a piece on folks who said, no, I'm not going to compromise. The group is led, and amazingly enough, by women. Go figure. Yeah. Donna Edwards from Maryland, an incredible person who came with roots in women's rights, violence against women's movements. She didn't come to Congress at 25 as a legislative aide running. She did 30 years of activism and then ran for Congress, got out there and has just been stellar on the war in Iraq, bank bailouts, and moving the amendment, the constitutional amendment, to overturn the Citizens United ruling and say that elections should be defined by people, not corporations. Just been a terrific member. And another woman, Chellie Pingree, from up in Maine. Now, Chellie's actually got a bit of a tough race this year. She's got a real challenge. And that's what's so important. Some of these members that I'm talking about, they're not from easy districts always. The real courage is sometimes in a place where you would have thought they'd trim their sails. Chellie Pingree, fantastic on the war in Afghanistan, voting against the appropriations, being out front, but also being the real reformer of Congress, absolutely bringing her background as head of Common Cause deep into these issues, fighting hard on a host of things, and also great on trade policy.
Edwards, Pingree.
Phil Hare from Western Illinois, in another tough race out there. He has been just heart and soul economics, challenging Republican presidents and Democrats, saying, hold it, I'm just, no compromise. Our trade policies have to serve workers in the U.S. and abroad. He's been a terrific member. Of course, we all know Alan Grayson in Florida, and he has stood strong in a tough district. Don't have to talk about him too much, but most people don't know Steve Kagan from here in Wisconsin. Steve Kagan represents Northeast Wisconsin, a traditionally Republican district. He's in a hell of a tough fight, and yet he's voted against funding the war in Afghanistan. He's been great on the trade agreements. He voted against the bank bailout for the right reasons. He's been a strong supporter of gay rights, reproductive rights, in a tough, tough district. And you know what? The interesting thing is he might win. His numbers aren't bad. So I'm looking at him as another member who, got that election in 2006, but didn't say, oh, I've got to protect my seat. He said, no, I'm going to Congress. I want to lead. I want to do things. And so as I look at members like this, and there are others around the country, the thing I'm trying to communicate is that we do not, if Democrats are in trouble, we do not have to presume they're in trouble because they did too much. Most members of the new members elected in 2006, 2008 did too little. I'm looking at these 5, 6, 7, and I want to keep looking at them through the campaign. Members who really have stood strong, voted right, and then let's see how they do. If they win and some of the compromisers lose, that's a powerful message that we ought not forget, and I guarantee you, mainstream media won't cover it that way.